Hey there, let's go visit Aurora Mills. Famous for its massive collection of reclaimed treasures, we'll also take a quick look around the charming town of Aurora, Oregon, including a cozy coffee shop and a local boutique. But it all starts here at Aurora Mills. Aurora Mills Architectural Salvage is an antique wonderland housed inside an old historic mill building dating back to the 1890s. Inside, you'll find reclaimed building materials sourced from historic homes, farms, churches, and commercial buildings across the region and beyond, all rescued from renovation and demolition projects and preserved for future reuse. Part of what makes this place special is the sheer scale of their collection. As you look around, you realize it's less like a traditional antique store and almost more like an archive of design history. That's why this place is especially popular with interior designers, restoration specialists, and even filmmakers who are all looking for an authentic piece of the past. Looking around this place feels much like a museum with things you can touch and feel, as long as you're careful, of course. Some of the designs on these pieces were just incredible. I wish we put this kind of attention to detail in modern works today. And listen, if you are in the market for antique or vintage lighting, you have to come here. Their collection was amazing. I mean, just look at these lights. I can imagine them in a beautiful hotel bar. And perhaps for the lady, a pair of glowing torch lights to embellish the entrance of your castle. Or perhaps you're a fan of House of Dragons. Whatever your aesthetic, you'll probably find it here. And if you love art and paintings like I do, they have some incredible antique pieces scattered throughout their collection. The old mill building originally operated as a hop, grain, and feed mill, serving local farms and businesses for more than a century before the mill finally closed in 1996. A few years later, in 1998, a group of contractors purchased the property with an idea. Instead of completely salvaging the old mill itself, they would use it as a home for architectural salvage. That idea eventually grew into what you see now, one of the largest antique and reclamation businesses in the Pacific Northwest. Now, this isn't the kind of place where you're hunting for bargain finds or thrift store deals. Instead, Aurora Mills specializes in one-of-a-kind architectural pieces, items that are valued for their history, craftsmanship, and rarity. Many of these materials were salvaged from older buildings that no longer exist in their original form, which is part of the reason it gives them both their uniqueness and their higher price points. And around every corner is something unexpected, a beautifully carved door, a weathered gate, or a small detail that catches your eye. Part of the fun in a place like this is that no two visits are exactly the same. Inventory here is constantly changing as new pieces arrive and others find their way into their new homes. So let's spend some time exploring to see what we discover. I think this chest of drawers was probably one of my favorite pieces the entire trip. It had such a beautiful old look to it. The details were great. The brass handles were amazing. I definitely wish I could have taken this home. Now that we're done exploring all there is to see in the original mill building, we head outside, down this sidewalk and towards the newer Annex building and into the salvage yard. Out here, you'll find tons of old building materials to discover, everything from reclaimed wood to metal fixtures and decorative stone elements. I found this area especially fun to explore because it was neat to imagine some of the past lives these items have lived and to think about everything you could possibly do with some of these materials. Now that we've explored the outdoor area, we're going inside the Annex. When you step in here, the vibe shifts. This space leans towards more furniture, home decor, and thoughtfully designed collections. It's more like exploring a designed showroom. I was absolutely blown away by the hand-carved details on this armoire. I mean, this is stunning. Added as an expansion, this building provides almost 8,000 feet of additional space and was thoughtfully designed to complement Aurora's historic district. And it was the first commercial building constructed within the district in 45 years. A project that demonstrates how modern architecture can respectfully coexist along historic buildings. In 2022, the Annex actually received the Demuro Award from Restore Oregon, the state's highest honor for excellence in historic preservation. The award recognized the project for showing that thoughtful new construction can help preserve the character of a historical district while still looking towards its future. If you appreciate the fine details of vintage and antique furniture, you will love the Annex. There were so many pieces that I had to just stop and stare at. The craftsmanship on display here is incredible. These would definitely go in the Gothic mansion of my dreams. Here you'll notice details you didn't see at first, like these carved faces. I was absolutely in love with this cute little cabinet piece. I couldn't tell if it was doll furniture or not, but I adored it. I think that's enough commentary for now, so let's explore this place together. Well, we have seen everything there is to see, but before we go, I have to show you my absolute favorite piece here. Crafted by renowned P&W artist David Schlicker, this breathtaking 10-foot-tall masterpiece captures a view of Mount Hood, an artistic celebration of Oregon's natural beauty. Now it's finally time to get some coffee. The Cobbler is a cozy coffee shop nestled inside an 1886 log house. This place is the perfect spot to sit back and enjoy the vibe and refuel with Oregon-based treats like Portland's Dear Francis coffee. Curated by interior designer Max Humphrey of Portland, the space is a beautiful tribute to the local history of Aurora and features furnishings and salvage details sourced directly from Aurora Mills. Thankfully, it wasn't too busy when we went, so it was a joy to explore each room in the shop while we waited for our coffee, which ended up being delicious. Need to go to the bathroom? Aurora has you covered with comfortable and clean restrooms on site, so you can take a short walk from any of the nearby shops if you gotta go. There's also plenty of space to have a picnic in the area if you want to take a break from shopping. While walking around, we decided to go into Mill Creek Market, a thoughtfully curated boutique nestled inside an 1874 pioneer home. You'll still find plenty of vintage and antique pieces here, along with quality gifts, timeless home decor, and carefully selected goods from small businesses and local makers. I really loved the selection here. There were a lot of pieces I wanted to take home. If you love art, jewelry, and collectibles, definitely stop by. Sometimes the best destinations are the ones that invite you to wander and explore. Thanks for spending the day with me. Subscribe to see what I'm up to next.